Hello everybody. Can everybody in Vapeland say how's it? You just pause this quickly. Yep, that's paused. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you this fine winter's evening? So we've got a really big lineup tonight of a lot of things that have come into the shop. I'm just going to briefly touch on some of them. Purely because I have so many things and I have not even had time to really play with a lot of stuff, so I'm just going to give you my first impressions of things, yeah, we're going to go from there. As you would have seen in the highlights, I've got one or two items that I have been playing with so I can give you a bit of feedback on them, and then the other items I haven't even got to. I'm going to show you some photographs, and I've obviously got the items with me. And then we're going to go from there. Yeah, so how's it everybody? Let me just say hello to everybody. Let's start off, we'll wait for the numbers to get up a little bit more, and then we'll start off on prizes and stuff like that. Obviously, you know us, we always got prizes, and got some exciting news tonight. How's it, Dreshan? Hi, my boy. Pleasure, buddy. Have you got it already, Dreshan? Evening, Mr. Craig. How's it? Old Tony, what? How's it, Rob? How's it, Watty? How are you? Yeah. First of all, I've just got to do this because people, so that you know. That's my disclaimer, guys. Obviously, I own Survape, I own Steam Masters. These are my own opinions. Or you read the rest. I'm not going to keep on having to read this thing out to you. So that's just my little disclaimer that I throw up there, just so that no one goes and tackles me on social media. But that's my disclaimer. So that's out of the way. You can go read it at a later stage. Cool, Dreshan. Good. Okay, so what we here for tonight? A couple of items that came into the shop. As I said, they arrived on Monday. Unfortunately, Monday I was off. I took the day off because my daughter got back from Thailand, so I wanted to spend the day with her. So I didn't really get to play with the stuff in the shop, and then yesterday was really busy. So I only got to take things home last night, so I haven't really had a chance to play with anything. But I've got a couple of items that I'm going to talk about tonight, which I have had a chance to play with in the huge list of things that have arrived in the shop. But just so obviously there's enough more people. We've spoken about it before, that this is, although I'm from Survape and I own Survape, this channel is about the community and how the community gets behind it. And it's not only the community being you as the consumer at the end of the day, it's also vape shops. And I was approached at the end of last week's feed from a clients of ours, being Steam Masters, which is our wholesale division, to say, look, they would like to volunteer some prizes for the competition. Vape Clouds have kindly donated tonight's prizes. I must just go and look on the list because I've got so many things in my brain and so many things I've got to tell you what the actual prizes are tonight, and it's going to be a vaping related question, and the prizes are the following. Okay, from Vape Clouds, they have donated a Muklab Frappe because everybody was asking about that last week in 3mg, 30ml. Paulie's Blueberry Cupcake in 3mg, and then a Cosmic Drops Astro Pine in 3mg, all 30ml bottles, 3mg. So thank you very much to Vape Clouds. Now this is another vendor, got nothing to do with me besides they buy stock from me, and he's wanting to give back to the community and using our forum to do that. So thank you very much, guys, much appreciated. We'll get to the prize later. So that's that. Okay, so those are the prizes, and I'll also give away something tonight. I've got a Vaporous RDA kindly donated by Wotofo, which I'm going to give away. It is the stainless steel one. So yeah, in that box, the stainless steel version. I've already done a review on that. So I've got some spare them, so I thought I'll give one of those as well tonight. You're lucky. So we're having 2 draws tonight. Cool. Just remember, people who won last week can't win this week. So Dreshan, Can't win, my boy. Sorry for Joe. Okay, let's just check any questions. My hat again. Yes, Justin, your hat again, but it's on my head. How's it, Mr. Haywire? Cool, numbers are getting up lekker. So, what do we have for tonight? So, some stock arrived in the shop. One of the items that arrived was the Govad RTA, okay, made by Vandy Vapes. Still haven't changed their packaging. I wish they would change their packaging. It's just who's messaging me and who's sending me. That was somebody else. It was Mark. It's not protective enough in my opinion. But anyway, okay. So this is basically a single coil Carlin. Probably the easiest way to explain it. Like the Amit 25, which is a single coil. Is the single coil version of the Amit dual coil. Okay, I have to say that the airflow on this tank, I've got the black one, I've got it on the drag, I've got the black one on here. The build that I put in it was a 10 wrap, sorry, not 10 wrap, 8 wrap 22 gauge nichrome flat wire. So it's one of my coils that I like for flavor. Airflow, the airflow on the single coil is actually better than the airflow on, it's more smoother than the airflow on the dual coil. However, it's slightly lacking in flavor compared to the dual coil, but that's purely because of the dual coil versus the single coil. 100 times easier to wick because you only have to worry about one set of wicking, and you can put really large. I have not tried it with all of a different variety of coils. I'm still going to say that the dual coil is better than this, but obviously there's a tank for everybody's needs. Okay, the single coil, although it really gives you good flavor, it's not as good as the Carlin, which is the dual coil version of it. Comparing it to the Amit, which is the single coil version of the Amit dual, I'm going to have to say that the Amit dual is slightly better on flavor than the Govad on the same juice and same coils, although the airflow is, same scenario applies to the Amit 25. It's noisy, so that's why I still take this, even though the flavor is marginally less on the Govad compared to the Amit single. This is smooth. The airflow is so smooth. Very similar easy wicking methods can take the same type of coils. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed with the tank. Would I take it over a Carlin or an Amit or a Azeroth? And being somebody who likes a lot of flavor and a lot of clouds, I would not. In my opinion, it's got good flavor. It's really, this tank is going to be for somebody who's not a really experienced builder, who doesn't want to have to run his device at massive wattages. So this type of tank would suit somebody who's got a 75 watt device, going to put a nice little single coil in here. Don't get me wrong, still a good tank, but it's more for your subtler vapor, if that makes any sense. And that also goes for the Amit 25, also single coil. It's like this, I'm only running this on the Voopoo Drag. I'm only running it at 40 watts. So still produces a fair amount of vapor. So this is going to suit your people that are just getting into maybe building and want to start experimenting, because it's easy to wick and it's easy to coil up. The decks are really nice to work on both devices. Yeah, very nice. We've currently got the Govad and we've got the Amit 25. The Govad, I stand to be correct, but I think we got it in silver, black and gold. So yeah, that's out there. So yeah, I'll give it a thumbs up, but for a specific type of vapor. Yeah, let me just check if there's any questions regarding this. Oh, my screen's going again. Oh man, come on. Rob, Come sort my camera out. Oh shit, Rob can't win as well because he also won last week. Yeah, so Rob, you banned as well. Justin, as I said, I've been using it the entire day. It does have a little bit of condensation at the bottom, but I think every tank does. I've had it on here for a while. I've probably baked a third of a tank of juice, and there's no condensation currently on it. I haven't experienced any leaking issues. So yeah, and there's not an ounce of juice or condensation anywhere on that 510. So I think if it's the same old thing as if you wick it properly, I don't think you're going to have leaking issues there. Oopsie, new coil, yes, new coil. I just don't have time to sort this camera out, but yeah, okay. The second big item that we've obviously got in is the Voopoo Drag. Okay, this is the second version. Okay, I'll just get the blurb off the website. It's going to be a hell of a lot easier than me trying to remember all the things off the top of my head. Just give me 2 seconds, folks. Okay, we're currently selling them for 985 Rand, which is not a bad price at all. Seeing as it's a 150 odd watt device. Okay, can run between 5 and 157 watts. Can fire down as low as 0.05. Have not tested that. I'll just give you, just going off the subject, the radar which I did a demo on last week said it can fire down to 0.06. It can't. It can fire down to 0.07. Okay, so just to let you know that not too many people make coils that size, but it can only go down to 0.07. So I have not tested this, but I will test to see if it goes down to 0.05 on that. It's got a thing called super mode. So as soon as you go over 100 watts, it does something in the chip. Okay, I have not even read up what that actually does. It's firmware upgradable. You can put customized logos on. It can do all temperature sensing that we usually do. Obviously dual power. It's got magnetic doors. What else? Nothing else that really is any different to any other thing except the fact is that you get different colors. Okay, so currently we've got like a carbon fiber one, so this part would be carbon fiber. We have got a green one, which is this one. Okay, there's a red one. Okay, I'll need to pop this to see if I can find a photograph of it, a better photograph of it. Just there's the red one. That's what it looks like. It's quite a sleeky looking device. It's boxy. It is very boxy and square edges and stuff like that. Yeah, nice. Takes a 25mm. Anything more than 25mm and you're going to have quite a serious overhang. It's got USB charging and all that type of jazz. A lot of people like it just because of it says that on the side, you know. Overall first impressions of it is it's a good device. You know, yeah, can't say much more about it until I played with it a little bit more, but I'll do a more in-depth video on it and then post it at a later stage. But so far I'm liking it. Okay, let's check some questions. Nick, you won't believe it. I deleted my videos by mistake. I don't know how I did it. I'm fairly computer literate, and I was going to go and load up the videos on the Insider and the Exocet because I'd recorded another video on how to enlarge your airflow and everything, and I deleted all 3 videos. So I have to apologize profusely. My brain wasn't in the right place that day, and I deleted them, so I have to apologize profusely, but I will get that done again as soon as I get a gap, so I apologize for that. Hello Mr. Ohms Raw, how are you, man? Yeah? France, there's no delay on the fire button. That was, I did go look through my notes on the original drag. There was a slight delay when you used to hit the fire button. On this, they've sorted that out. There's no delay. It's almost instant. It's just that from a comparing it to, I always compare all my devices to my VGod, okay, which is the Minikin VGod limited edition, okay, because this thing still hits harder than any DNA I've ever had, okay, and if I compare this and then to a VGod, which a lot of people have got, which is the actual VGod box mod, the 150, and the Voopoo Drag is probably 5 watts less than this, so it's on par with a normal VGod. So it hits really hard, and I think it hits slightly harder than a DNA, to be honest with you. So yeah, if you're in the market for a cheap 150 watt device, Voopoo Drag is the way, and it is customizable. Even you can get more panels and stuff like that. Whether or not we're going to get them or not is a different story. So those are those two out the way. Let me just find this. Just maybe a little bit of feedback while I'm screwing this back onto my device here, is the radar. I have not picked up another device since I started playing with this. I just cannot get over, when I say I haven't picked up another device, I haven't used my VGod, I haven't used my Tesla, I haven't used anything since I started playing with this, just purely because of the form factor and how light this mod is, and it's battery life has been fairly good on it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm really chuffed with these devices. How's it, Franco? Okay. That's tea, by the way. I decided I'm going to have some tea. Okay. Then we got one of these, some of these in the shop, which is the Wasp Nano RDA bottom fed dripper. Okay. And oh my God, I was absolutely blown away. You know, I've got really into my squonking. I think out of my devices that I carry with me on a daily basis, 2 of them are squonkers. The rest is my B-Box. I've got something I can't show you, but I've got my Serpent 22 on there. That's on my squonker that I can't show you just yet. There's my Theron 75, and I've got the Wasp on it. Those I carry around 2 squonkers with me at any given time. Just loving the squonkers. You know, I got taken to task a couple of days ago on social media that I only advertise the stuff that we sell, that we've got in the shop, which is a load of hog. But anyway, and then people moaned at me that I hadn't tried devices. You know, I can only try devices when I get the device. So, you know, when I get the device, I'll give you my honest opinion. Whether or not I got it in the shop or not, or I get given it as from a supply or not, is immaterial. But obviously, in this situation, we got the little wasps in. Okay, this is a single coil RDA. It's it's a 22 millimeter. It's got this I don't know what are these bloody Ultim tip on it. Okay, you can use it as a normal dripper if you want to, but it's got a bottom feed function. Okay, for squonking purposes. And I was like, you know, I had the Hadley, and the Hadley was like, it just didn't quite blow my socks away at all until I vaped on this. Okay, now the coil in here is a straightforward 7-wrap Nichrome 80 3.5 millimeter ID single coil, and that's Haywires flat wire. And holy shit, is this little thing this makes a Hadley look like it's sitting in the bushes waiting for yeah, this little thing makes a Hadley look stupid. The flavor, and it's all because of that, the shape of the cap here, okay, and the way the airflow gets straight onto the coil. My coil is positioned slightly above the airflow. Okay, there's the airflow on the side, and my coil is positioned slightly above it. I'm running this at 35 watts on a single coil. Okay, I'm coming in at 0.6 ohms. Okay, so it's not a massive build, but the flavor is absolutely off the chart. And I can tell you now that these are the juices that I've tried in there. I've tried Panama. I've tried Triple X. I've tried Scream from Hazeworks. I've tried Your Mama from Milk Lab. I've had the Unbaked in. I've had the Christmas Cake, which is launching shortly, and I've had blueberry. What's that bloody stuff called? Jam Monster. And every juice in it I like. Every single solitary juice. I could put any juice in here and I'd be happy. The juice that I'm favoring in here is Panama, which is the juice that's just been released by Wiener Vapes. Okay, which is we're actually having a launch in the shop. Even though the juice is already available, we decided we're going to do a little launch on Saturday. And that's the one I'm like enjoying the most in here. So if you're in the market for a little 22 millimeter and you've had the Hadley, okay, and you enjoy the Hadley, put the Hadley down. Go and buy this. If you don't have to buy it from us, there's other vendors that have it, but if you want to buy it from us, you're more than welcome to buy it from us. Okay, it is authentic. Okay, for 320 rand, the best 320 rand you have ever spent in your life. Okay, absolutely phenomenal flavor and vapor production from such a small little thing. You can see 35 watts. Absolutely divine. Absolutely. The flavor is so on point, it's scary. Yeah, so yeah, that's mind-blowing little dripper. And it would I think you could even put it on a small 22 millimeter mech or something like that. It's just so nice, so nice. So yeah, that's that. Also, very easy to install the coils. You know, if you look at the deck, maybe you can't see it properly here. No, you can't see it here. But it's so simple to put a coil in here. Yeah, it's wicking and coiling for dummies and with this. So yeah, if you're in the market for one, yeah, go grab yourself one of these. You will not look back. Justin, I can't tell you about it yet, but Charles, if you're looking for a squonker, there are a couple of squonkers on the market. There's a Geek Vape squonker on the market. There's some mechanical squonkers on the market that you can get. There's the Inbox, which is a very popular squonker. Just some people have had a problem with the doors rattling. Okay, all you need to do is if your door rattles, one of your magnets is not pushed in properly. You just merely push the magnet in slightly. It obviously hasn't been press fitted in properly when it was in the shop. All you do is you put it on a flat metal surface and you push down on the plate and your rattling is gone. That's as simple as how to solve the problem. So if you have got a Inbox and your doors rattle slightly, just take the door off, pop it on a flat metal surface and just push down where the magnets are, put it back on and the rattle's gone. Please excuse me for coughing. I need some tea. Oh yeah, some nice tea. Okay, so those are those two things. Okay, then which might pee some people off, but we've had such a demand for it. Okay, we decided that we would get it, but we'd only get it from one company. Okay, we bought in 3 which would be classified as high-end RDAs, RDTAs, that have been cloned by SXK. So these are SXK clones. Okay, I'm going to bring them up on the screen now, one at a time, so that you can see it. We bought in the Husair clone. Okay, when I mean quality, none of these devices I've actually had a chance to look at the original, so I'm merely looking at what I see from a clone perspective. And because it's from SXK, who are the makers of the fillet box, I was more than happy to get them in, because I know the quality is going to be good. And when I actually got them in my hands, okay, I was blown away by the quality. Okay, I would pay good money to see the difference between it and an original. Okay, it is 1-for-1 clone. Okay, so that's the Hussar. Okay, they actually classify the Hussar as an RDTA purely because, let me just get the whiteboard up. Just hold on. Just give me 2 seconds. I just want to throw a whiteboard on the screen. Why they say it's an RDTA is if you see this hole over here and this hole over there, your coil lays over here and your cotton goes into this hole. Okay, and you fill it in this hole over here. Okay, your coil's tied down, one lead there, and your cotton goes into those holes over there, and so you can fill it through that hole. So it's like a mini RDTA. As far as I know, but I stand to be corrected. Let me just check the website quickly. I actually also think that it has a bottom fed pin. So let me just check there quickly. Yes, it has got a bottom feed pin. I have not played with these things, so I've already said to you that the Nano is the Wasp is brilliant. I have not played with these three, so I'm not going to compare them until I've actually played with them. But the Hussar is in. The build quality, it is beyond understanding. I can't explain how good it is. The build quality is absolutely fantastic. So that's the first one that came in. Then the other one that came in was called the Flav. Okay, also bottom fed pin available. So it's all these little 22mm and 24mm. I think that the Flav is actually a 24mm. I stand to be corrected. Yes, the Flav is a 24mm. Also comes with a bottom feeder pin. So these are all squonking. So if you can just see what I'm trying to tell you, what's happening worldwide. Worldwide, it's going squonking. Okay, because they are bringing these things out left, right, and center. Okay. Also single coil. The airflow, similar type of airflow to the Wasp. On all of them. Okay, different clamping systems. Obviously this is just a pure dripper. There's no chamber that like on the previous one. So yeah, I'm going to do a test on all of these and then come back to you on them. The third one that arrived in the shop, all of these are, as I said, they are styled. Okay, this one actually interested me the most. Okay, shit man, I forgot what's the name. The armor. Okay, purely because of the deck. Okay, as you can do some funny amazing things on this if you've got a bit of imagination. Just checking here now. It is bottom fed. Okay, the bottom feed actually, just if I just get my whiteboard on here again, the bottom feed comes out of this little hole over here. I'm just drawing an arrow towards it there. There's a little hole there that it comes out of, and you can see you just got to change the hex screw there, and it turns it immediately into a bottom fed. So yeah, those are 3 devices that have arrived in our shop. They are styled. They're all around the 300 to 400 Rand mark. I can guarantee you, or promise you, that they are the build quality of these things. Yeah, is absolutely amazing. So those are 3 that have arrived in the shop. I will get to them when I get a chance to get to them. Yeah, that's that there. Let me just get that out the way. Let me just check some questions and have a vape. Etienne, all of the ones Etienne asked, the carbon ones, all of the ones we've got a V2, that every one of them, all the Voopoos, we only got our stock now because of that problem with the delay in the fire button. We decided to cancel our order and we waited for V2, and so we've got the V2 now. So yeah, they're all on the V2, hey? Robin, you wonder why China calls things the way they do. I have no idea how they come up with these names, seriously. How's it, Ahmed? Yeah, Mohammed. Assalamu alaikum to you too. Rob, Rob asks, how's the Ono coconut mango milk? It's really good, Rob. It's I think that's one of the juices that you might like, eh? Honestly, I think you might like that. ET is really like flattened the bottle of it already, so yeah, I think you actually will enjoy that, eh? Okay, then we also got the Ceto. I haven't got a picture of it, unfortunately. Okay, those who live on our website will see it that it has arrived. Okay, the Ceto is I've always sworn blind by Cthulhu. Some of the best tanks I've ever owned were Cthulhu's, and they've come up with a mesh styled tank. Okay, and when I say by mesh, it uses a steel mesh as your coil, and depending on how much steel or mesh you cut is depending on what your ohmage is. So I have put one piece in, and I tried it in the shop. I think the piece was far too big. Okay, and I did not. With that piece, I didn't enjoy it. The flavor was okay. The vapor production was really good. However, I still think that I need to mess around with the mesh, because I think there's a way to make this rock like, yeah, there's no tomorrow. The problem that I've got is I think the mesh is too fine. Okay, look, from a point of view of breaking the mold, this is definitely they're breaking the mold with this. Okay, and I give them 10 out of 10 for effort and stuff like that. You've got to be careful on how much of this mesh that you actually use, and I'm going to play with it tomorrow. I've got an idea how I'm going to make this thing rock like there's no tomorrow, where the vapor production and flavor is going to be off the chart, but I need to play with it a little bit more. I think it's got amazing potential, especially the way the deck's laid out. Even if you're not even using mesh, you're using standard coils, the way the deck is laid out on this device gives you so much room for playing with coils, and the way that the clamping system works, you can put some really monster coils in this RDA. But as I said, I need to play with it a little bit more. I'm not comfortable in giving my opinion on it straight away until I've tried various methods on it, and I really want to get the mesh to work. So, it's designed for the mesh. Yes, you can go put other coils in that are going to work, no problem. But I really want to get it to work with this mesh. And once I've figured out the right way to cut this mesh and to insert this mesh, then I'll get back to you and tell you, what the right way to do it is. And I've got a funny feeling it's to have holes in the mesh. I just got this funny feeling to have like grooves cut out of the mesh, so you've got your solid piece of mesh that goes around and clamps in the pillars, and then have grooves cut out of it. Obviously, the less surface area, the lower the ohmage. So the bigger the piece of sheet that you use, the higher the ohmage. The less of the sheet, the lower the ohmage. Now the piece that I put in came at like I stand to be corrected, I think it was 0.35 ohms. And for me, that just, yeah, it doesn't cut it, you know. So I think by cutting out, well, science says that by cutting out pieces, you're going to lower your ohmage. So I've got to play with that. So I think there's room for, really room for this to work, but I just need to play with it. So I'll get back to you on that one as well, because I'm excited for it. I think it's an ingenious way. You can have no problems with hotspots or anything like that. If you are careful, this wire or this mesh will last you a long time, as long as you look after it. But I need to play around to get the right way to insert it. That's probably the best way to use it. And also, it is bottom fed. So yeah, it's I think this is breaking the mold, and I have to give it to them. These guys at Cthulhu are, you know, they're not too many people know about them, but yeah, dude, they are they do think differently to other manufacturers. Let's just check some questions there. Hello, Hugo. Jacques, first impressions on the Voopoo, the new version of the Voopoo, is that it's really good. It's the form factor people might not like the form factor because it's very squared. You know, there's very squared edges, where a lot of the devices these days are really rounded and you know, for ergonomically in your hand. But those people who like boxy type of stuff, yeah, it's right up your alley. They've got rid of that delay on the fire button, which is nice. So overall, I'm going to give it a good rating. It really hits hard, I won't lie to you. It's probably only 5 watts below my VGod Minikin, which is my go-to device for testing, which hits harder than a DNA. So I would say that the Voopoo still hits a good, probably 5 watts harder than a DNA. Yeah, nice. I also like the fact that you can customize the panels. There will be different panels coming in. So yeah, Jacques, the Voopoo to me seems like a good buy at a good price. Just those that are watching again, which I'm going to run through it again with you quickly. You know, this channel is all about the community, and when I say the community, I'm talking about the vaping community being the vendors, and the vaping community being you, the consumer. And after last week's show, I was contacted by a vendor that we supply wholesale to, who supplies we supply juices and cotton bacon and a whole lot of peripherals to, and she said that they would like to give back to the community as well. So they asked if they could donate prizes, and I said with the greatest of pleasure you can donate prizes. So one of tonight's prizes are 3 bottles of juice. There's a bottle of Paulie's, there's a bottle of Frappe, and then there's a bottle of Cosmic Drops, and they were donated by Vape Clouds, and if I remember correctly, they are in the Limpopo type area, or not Limpopo, what is that bloody area? Yeah, I think it's Limpopo, yeah, that area. So just thank you very much to them again for donating the prizes. They will actually send them off to you, so no matter who wins it, they will ship it to you. I'll just get their contact, you get talk to me, and then I'll send the information through to them, and then they will send it. So yeah, it just shows you that if a community stands together, we can do a lot. So that's like I really take my hat off to them. Thank you very much. Let's see, any questions there? Yeah, Dastrix, I'm going to mess around with different things. I've got this, if you can imagine like a grid like that. I want to make fucking camera. I want to make a grid like this, obviously like that. So there's gaps, and I'm thinking that's going to make it absolutely epic. But I must just mess around with it. Just that straight mesh. I think the mesh is actually too fine for the flavor to come out of it. So I think with those little gaps cut out of it, it's almost like burglar bars. Make like burglar bars out of it. I think it's going to rock socks. So, but I'll test that tomorrow. I'll play with a couple of different what's names, because but I think it's got huge potential. So I just need to mess with it a little bit more that I can get back to. Fuck off, Franco. You come fix my camera. You're coming up here for the bingo evening. You come and sort my camera out. Yeah, guys, for those who follow us on Facebook, etc., you can see that they started construction work on the new shop, and yeah, I get goosebumps when I think about it. The shop is, I cannot wait for the shop to be open. It's going to blow your socks away when it's finished. It's just absolutely epic. Things that are happening this weekend. This weekend we've got Haywire's launching his 20 gauge flat wire. Fuck, it's taken him for a hell of a long time. But I think it's because of Ramadan. But he's launching his 20 gauge flat wire. So those mech boys who are playing safe, that wire is almost ready to be put in those mechs. Also, Panama, we're doing a launch for Panama in the shop. Okay, that's this coming weekend. We have got some more launches of our own juices, which I'll allude to that next week, and dates in that. Hashtag fix the camera. Gerard, while you're on the phone, dude, make 500 more bottles, bro, because I stole Hugo's bottle today because he's had a little bit more in than mine. So dude, these 30 ml bottles and these 100 ml bottles just don't last. So please make bigger bottles, please. Yeah. We've got some juice launches for those people who know us from the beginning. Our Fogs range is almost ready to be launched again. We took it off the shelves and we revamped it, gave it a new look. Let me just see if I've got a photograph of the label. Just hold on 2 seconds. I just want to show you roughly what it's going to look like. So look out for these. Wrong bloody pace. Live feed photos. Just want to try and see if I can find a photograph here. Just hold on. Sorry guys, just looking for the photograph. This is the new look of Fogs. Okay, we've decided to take some juices away from the juice and add some juices in there, so the range will cater for every single solitary type of vapor: tobacco, custardy, desserty, breakfasty, sweet, menthol. Everything is going to be in this range. Okay, there are going to be 6 juices in the range, and you can buy the entire range, and you'd have every aspect of vaping available to you. So look out for that on your shelves. It will be available countrywide. If your vape shop doesn't have them, make sure they get them. So that's coming soon. We're also launching some other juices leading up to VapeCon, and I would assume that when Hugo gives me permission, I got some other amazing news for you guys to mention in the next coming weeks, which has been a long time in the making. We've got 3 things that have been a long time in the making, and I'm hoping that Hugo's going to allow me to actually mention what they are in the next coming weeks. So look out, the Survape is on the move. So we've got lots of things to share with you. Give me some questions. Also, obviously, guys, thanks to Watofo. We have been contacted by a couple of other major suppliers, so we're going to be getting a lot more stuff into the show. But tonight, I'm also giving away a Vaporous RDA. For quad coil in this thing, kicks ass. This thing takes a quad coil and not small coils. I've put a 3mm 7 wrap, 4 quad coils in here, and this thing chucks like like Chuck Norris. More tea. See, no Coke. I've been very good. I haven't had Coke for a couple of days now. I'm getting put on a bit of ounces here. I need to lose these ounces. Let me just check here quickly. juice launch on the 29th, please. Franco, there will be a juice launch, buddy. There will be a juice launch on the 29th. What? I can't tell you just yet, but there will be a juice launch. Yeah, this again, you know, we get so much demand for us to open up in other areas. I get at least 100 a week. Open in Cape Town, open in Port Elizabeth, open in Bloemfontein, open in Joburg, open in Centurion. Yeah, guys, we maybe in the future, but not now, hey? Thanks, Kayat. Yeah, that branding is really, I love this. That's right up our alley. For those who don't know, we're really into steampunk, and that is just, yeah, that is just epicness of note. Now, Hugo won't give me permission, eh? Yeah. Yeah, Hugo says, Hugo in the shop, he says, Craig, just remember, you're not allowed to mention this, you're not allowed to mention that, you're not allowed to mention that. Okay, cool. And he reminds me on a daily basis that I'm not allowed to say this, this, or this, because I just like giving information. So yeah. Franco, no matter how small Hugo is, he can still slap you, eh? Brandon, we have got some other Vandy Vape type of kits coming. They should be out within the next week. Yeah, everybody wants us everywhere. We can't be everywhere at once, and we are doing so many other things behind the scenes, which we will allude to in good time, to totally put the Survape stamp in Africa. Or South Africa, let me just repeat that, in South Africa. Yeah, that we do things in little baby steps. Yeah, the new shop is looking epic, guys. It's really, really, really looking epic. Oh yeah, okay. Those people out there, don't forget that this launches next week. Okay, we had our sample bottle arrive in the shop, and I won't lie to you, I'm not a big chocolate person. I love speckle. I don't chocolate in vapes. Okay, but Mark from NCV has absolutely nailed this juice. It is. You know, a lot of guys say, "Oh, I've got a strawberry custard." You can taste the strawberry, but you can't taste the custard. Apex, I've tasted it. It is McCoy speckled eggs in a vape. So if you just look out, that I think it's launching in about 20 or 30 shops throughout the country next week. And next week we've been guaranteed that we've got some of Apex to give away as a prize. Okay, so yeah, look out for next week. But yeah, look out for this juice. It's going to knock people's socks off, guys. Yeah. It is spot on speckled eggs. If you've ever had speckled eggs before, some people haven't, but if you haven't ever had speckled eggs before, spot on, spot on. I give him 10 out of 10 for nailing that flavor profile. Absolutely amazing. Not everybody's cup of tea for chocolates, but yeah, you'll nail it. Yeah, as I asked quite a while, and you're still with the billet box, you're enjoying it. Okay, we call it the fillet box because it is the clone. Okay, you know, it's the same as these, all from SXK. You know, why would I spend 10 grand on something that's going to do no different as something that's 1,400 rand? It doesn't make sense to me. You know, nothing that the original is going to do any different to that. it's because what's inside it. It's supplying the power. Everything else is exactly the same. So yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. But I'll never spend that money on a mod when I can get something for a tenth of the price that does exactly the same thing. I think it's time to give away a prize. Yeah, who's bugging me now? Who's bugging me now? No one's bugging me now. Okay, so I think it's time for a prize. Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Everybody ready? Okay, prizes tonight is a vaping related question. So those are the prizes that have been kindly donated. Where is your logo? Where is the logo? Where is the logo? By Vape Clouds in Limpopo. They will send it to you and everything. There's a bottle of Paulie's juice, there's a bottle of Frappe, there's a bottle of Cosmic Drops, and they will ship it to you. You just need to PM me with your details. I'll pass it on to them and then they'll sort it out. So everybody who's everybody should know everybody in the vaping community. Okay, so what I want to know, okay, is the name of the guy who makes these coils. I want his full name. The guy who makes these coils, please give me his full name. Let's see who knows. His full name. And we have a winner. I did say his full name, Julian. So yeah, you were the first to say Rion, but his full name, the first person to answer correctly on my side, and I'm pasting the conversation here so you can check it, was Azar Dawood. Azar, if you can please get a hold of me, PM me your address details and everything, and then I'll pass that on to the guys at at Vape Clouds, and they will send you a prize to you. So yeah, well done, Azar, for winning those juices. But they'll get them out to you as soon as you get me your details. Thank you very much. Yeah, and yeah, while I'm there, absolutely fantastic calls, absolutely fantastic calls. Elinda, so you'll know that Azar Dawood won it. Okay, so yeah, I'll send you those details as soon as he's got them, or you can send them straight to Azar. The person below you is Elinda. Okay, if you get hold of Elinda, you can PM her and send the details, or you can send them to me. Just let me know, yeah, what you're doing, so I don't have to do any more work there. But yeah, what else came into the shop? Let's just check what else came into the shop, because we're always getting lots of stuff in the shop. Or I don't know if any of you guys have tried it. You know, I've tried for many times to try and make a cola vape, and we got a sample in into the shop from a company called Ace of Vapes. They do an icy cola. Wow, well done, guys. That juice is absolutely spot on. Cola ice drink, absolutely spot on. So yeah, that was new in the shop. What else was new in the shop? We also started stocking some 5 points. We've got smoothie in the shop, which is also an awesome juice, and then Chewy, which is also a one of their juices. Absolutely fantastic job on those juices. Really good quality juices. It's amazing how the quality of South African juices is just climbing at such a rapid rate. I'm so glad to see it. I'm also glad to see that the guys are taking it seriously. There's a lot of guys, you know. Also, just I'm just going to do a little bit of a punch here for those people. I just want to get it here now quickly, just get you the link. Please, folks, we've done a community thing that we want to get some testimonials from people who feel that vaping has made an impact on their life. You know, I'm not really I'm more concerned from the health side of it. So yeah, if I'm going to put up a link here to a Facebook page if you haven't already seen it. Okay, please can you go and like that page. It is a community thing. There's no advertising. All the vendors are on it. All the vendors are admin. There's no advertising allowed. It's just a community-based page on Facebook where people can post a video or a comment or whatever. Most guys are doing videos on how you think vaping has saved your life or has saved a friend's life or whatever, or your health benefits have changed on it. What we're trying to do with that is build up a database that should something happen in South Africa from a legislation perspective, that we've got all these testimonials that we can just bombard the likes of carte blanche with, the likes of newspapers with, the likes of anything that's live fed or anything like that, to say, look, here are all these thousands of people that in South Africa where vaping has saved them, or vaping has had a marked impact on them or their family members. So please, 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 guys, if you are listening and watching this video, go and like the page if you haven't liked it. Go and upload a video. Don't be embarrassed to do it, whatever. Just record a little bit of video on your thing. The videos will appear in the community page side of it. On the left hand side you'll see it says home, about, videos, photos, posts, and community. It's in the community section. There is no advertising on it. It's not about us. This is a community page about you, to help you guys tell your story, and that so that you can have an impact on legislation. You can have an impact on maybe saving somebody else's life by watching that video, and say, you know, so please go and post videos there, or please just write something down if you want, please. Franco, positive impact on my health, negative impact on my wallet. That's a good one. That's a good one. But hey, at the end of the day, Franco, I know you personally. You're a mate of mine. I can already see in your health that your health has changed. You don't smell. I can see you walk up the steps without much effort now. So yeah, it's little things like that. Your taste buds have come back to life, all that type of shit. So yeah. Yeah, so that's that page. What else have I got to talk about? Told you all the exciting things, giving you some feedback on things. I know I've got to give this away a little bit later on. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say unless some people got some questions to ask. You know, I will come back on those three. Okay, if they are anywhere as good as this little wasp, you know, yeah, I'll let you know. I'm gonna try different methods on the CETO using that mesh, and I'll actually do that tonight. Seeing as I've got a chat, I've got a bit of spare time this night. I've done all my work in the lab already, so I'm not going to go back out there, but I'll mess around with this tonight. Yeah, some exciting times, some exciting things happening, especially that coil design. If it works properly, if I can get it to work properly and relay it, it's actually going to be amazing. Also, yes, don't forget, VapeCon is not far away, around the corner, guys. It's if you haven't booked your tickets, please make sure that you get to book your tickets online. The tickets will, as far as I know, be slightly more expensive. If Rob's still watching, he can maybe just tell you what the tickets will cost at the door, etc. But yeah, VapeCon is going to be epic this year. You know, some of the Durban crowd, if Durban's guys are watching, the Durban guys are going. Gerard's going, Flavor Mill's going, we going. Haywire's going, Buck Wild's going. You know, there's quite a few people going from Durban. So yeah, it's going to be epic. Yeah, epic. Night, Gerard. Justin, we will set time aside to have chats and stuff like that. You know, we run a really tight ship. You know, that's, you know, our biz Vape is us. It's not some salesman sitting in the corner, you know, who's trying to flog you stuff. Our business is us. So in a situation where we have got that amount of people, we will be busy. I can guarantee we're going to be busy. You know, we've got a lot of exciting things that we're bringing to VapeCon in different aspects. So yeah, we will try to make as much time as possible. You know, last time we didn't get a lot of time to chat, but we will try our hardest to allocate some time where we can actually just go and sit and chat with you. But nevertheless, you know, if you see that we're not that busy, come pop in and say, how's it? Don't smack me on the back, because I might turn around and clap you. But come and say, hey, I'm Donovan Limos, and I chat with you on a regular basis online. And how's it going? Wada, and let's just get to know you, everybody. You know. Yeah. Oh, I must say, I'm loving this little wasp. It's absolutely amazing. And no matter what juice I put in it, I thought, you know, maybe it might be okay for this. Well, I know. But all the juices I've tried in it absolutely rock its socks off. Amazing. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you. Let's check how much time I've got. I still got to give away a prize. Let's make this an easy one. Everybody ready for a prize? They're going to win a Vaporous RDA stainless steel, and that's kindly donated by Wotofo. So thank you very much, Wotofo, for giving us some prizes to give away. Zara the Wasp. I never enjoyed the Hadley. I won't lie to you. People have lambasted me. How can you not like the Hadley? I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't enjoy it. But this, I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. If I could find one fault in it, is the fact is that the cap, and I'm a big guy. The cap is a little bit small for me. That's it. It's my personal opinion as well. You know, as I said to you, and that's why I put this disclaimer up. These are my personal opinions. You can take. I'm not saying that a Hadley is not a good thing. Hadley, lots of people love Hadleys. We've sold hundreds of Hadleys, okay, in the shop. I never enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it. Same as when we got the first batch of these, before we got the Insider and Extra sets. I didn't enjoy it. It just didn't blow me away. I tried it. I thought, no, that's what's that. Until we got the Insider. When we got the Insider, hey, I love it. I don't go anywhere without it. You know, so it is vaping is a totally subjective thing. What I'm just merely voicing my opinions. I'm giving you my advice. You know, it's not, you must make, at the end of the day, make up your own decision what you like and what you don't like. You know, I say again, people will say, yeah, but how can you give an honest opinion when you own a vape shop? If anybody, I've ever steered anybody wrong, please PM me, because I will gladly refund you your money. Because for me, I do this because I'm passionate about it. I don't do this because I have to do it. I don't do it because it's part of my job. I do it because I'm passionate. I want to give back to the community that gives so much to me. Okay, and it's not give so much to me. I'm talking about money. It's just you guys make my job so much fun. Yes, you've got idiots that you have to deal with and footballs and whatever, but you are what make me get up in the morning to go to work. Okay, so I don't do this for the money. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do a live feed. I don't have to give away prizes. I do it because I want to give back to you. And one way of giving back to you is giving you my opinion, because not everybody can go and have access to the shit that I've got access to. Whether or not I sell it in the shop or not is immaterial. If it's cuck, it's cuck. I told you, I don't rate the Govad any better than the Amet 25. I still think the Carlin is better than that, but this tank suits a specific type of individual. You know what I mean? So if that affects my sales, it affects my sales. But this tank is going to suit somebody. I might not sell all my tanks now. It might take me 2 months to sell my tanks, but it suits specific people. And that's what I'm going to tell you. You know what I mean? It's not because I've got the stuff in my shop I have to sell it. I've got the stuff in my shop because it's of quality. But every single solitary thing suits somebody differently. Some people don't like the bebops. Some people don't like the squonker. I like it. But that's my opinion. So, but thank you very much for raising the point. Cool beans as are. You'll definitely, if you like the Hadley, you'll definitely like the Wasp. Thanks, Dresden. Just make sure you've got a big house, Dresden, when we come to the UK, and you need to put the Hobbit and myself up, eh? Imran, you know, if you can build, you know what works so nice on that stick, on that V8 stick, is actually a dripper. Funny enough, a dripper with a 0.15 ohm, 0.16, 0.17 ohm build. Dripper works so well on those V8 sticks. Yeah, I call a spade, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give this away now. It's a Vaporous RDA, a stainless steel one. Think of a question. For those that have been watching and listening, we are launching. It's the first person to give me the right answer. Okay, just hold on. We are launching the Fog's Famous sauce again. Please tell me how many juices there are in the range. How many juices are in the Fog's Famous sauce range that has been released? So the first person to get the correct answer will win the Vaporous RDA. So how many juices are there in the new range? And the correct answer is Mr. Ashley Simpkin. You are so lucky you haven't won in 4 weeks, because otherwise I was going to have to say no. So there's your winners. Okay, Ashley, you can organize to get your stuff in the shop. Thank you very much. Ashley, if you have been watching, you know the previous rules. You're not allowed to win now for another 4 weeks. Otherwise people are going to start moaning at me, and I don't like people who moan at me. So yeah, the answer was 6. And we will be launching in the next couple of weeks the new Fog's Famous sauce. Okay, so yeah, there, the Vaporous RDA is yours for a win. Any questions, guys? Just a quick question, maybe, because you know the nature is everybody likes to win something. Just for sometimes people win 2-3 times, you know. How would you like the competitions to work? Maybe PM me, or you know, rather, I think PM me, don't do it here. But maybe PM me ideas of the way to do the prize giving, you know. I want to just try. Well, no, yeah, no, that won't work. It only works on the normal chat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I'll think of, give me ways and means of doing competitions where it can be fair of everybody. You know, I'm not saying it's unfair now, but it's just, yeah, fair of everybody else. Kaiser Soze. Kaiser Soze. Wasn't there a fucking movie called Kaiser Soze? What movie was that? What movie was that? Now you got my brain thinking. The guy from House played Kaiser Soze. Who was that? What movie was that? Okay, can't wait. Okay. Which dripper would you recommend for the stick V8? An Apocalypse, a Goon LP. Yeah, it's quite a few, eh? Anything that's that same 25mm would work nicely on there. Yeah. What build would you suggest in the EXO? I don't like the EXO set because I find it's too small. I can't do my nice size coils in there. So I use the Insider. In the EXO set, the biggest coil I've been able to fit in is a 2.5mm ID. And I didn't enjoy that. However, on the Insider, I can fit a 3.5mm 6 wrap 24 gauge nichrome 80 flat wire in there. It fits in there nice and snug, but I've also bored out my airflow and my juice flow just to boost it. I am going to attempt to actually make holes with once I've lined it up through the Insider so that they would work in, because that's my biggest problem that I have, because the draw I take tends to, I get dry hits, not dry hits, but I dry the cotton out quite quickly, so I can't take multiple long hits. So I'm thinking of boring out a hole on the sides of the Insider to let the juice soak in through the side as well as the bottom, but I'll get back to you on that. Austin asks, yeah, MKL 200 or Boxer? Just let you know that it's actually called the Raider, okay? It's not called the Boxer, okay? It's actually called the Raider. As I said earlier, I have not put this device down since it came in the shop because it's just it's ergonomic in the hand. I love this clicky button, okay? Clicky button's really awesome. The feel in the hand's nice. Juice doesn't stick to it. It's so light. MKL looks so sleek and sexy. It's really a tough one. I'm gonna take the Radar. That's me. I like this ruggedness and this type of shape. Although that MKL is really pretty mod, it's really sexy mod. I think it really comes down to the aesthetics. They both do the same purpose, they both serve the same purpose. They're both fairly ergonomic in your hand. One just looks sexier than the other. To me, that looks sexier than the MKL. Other people will be different. Other people like that sleek, shiny, gunmetal-y, carbon fiber-y. Like, look, I like this. This is my type of vape. Yeah. T-vapes, it all depends on your batteries. The better quality battery that you're using, the lower you can build, but the recommendation on a single cell mech mod is no lower than 0.15 ohms. Okay, that's my recommendation. Okay, yeah, okay, what I'll do is I'll do a random draw from now on, guys. So yeah, there's no more I have been thinking about that, but I'm going to take a little bit of work on the side, so I will be sidetracked while I got to do the work here to see if it really works. So I will test that to see if it works. But okay, we'll do random draws because it's Kaiser. As I said, I'd had 3 videos done on it, and I mistakenly deleted the videos instead of uploading them. And as big as I am and as fat as I am, I could kick myself in the head because it was such a stupid mistake. And I had to record 2 of those videos like 3 times because I made a boo-boo. So yeah, I will do them again, I promise you, as soon as I get some time. Yeah, Brandon, if you can play with that ohm adjustment, but it makes marginal difference, if none. It's like watching 4K movie on a 32-inch screen. You're not going to see the difference. Only time you're going to see the difference if you've got a 100-inch screen on 4K. Adjusting the ohmage is not going to make any difference that you will be noticeable on your palate. Cool beans. Okay, I'm giving you another 2-3 minutes, and then I'm going to go and actually sit and have a bit of chill time tonight. I think I'm going to watch a movie. I think I'm going to watch Wonder Woman, and then I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. I've had a long day. I've had an exciting day and a long day. What's some questions? Martin asks, what's your thoughts on the Battlestar? Battlestar is also a lovely little mod. You know, it's the thing that attracts me with that is that it's the price point, really. You know, it's a cheap, reliable mod. To date, we have had no comebacks on the Battlestar. Wait, we had one. We had one comeback on a Battlestar camo one, where the 510 pin moved for some reason, and I can only think that it wasn't assembled correctly. But that's the only one that I can think of that we had a problem with. So, you know, good price with 2 batteries. Yeah, it looks, the camouflage one to me looks the sexiest out of all of them. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Panama in this is so sexy. Oh, so sexy. What I found, Kaiser, is that it's the flat wire. The flat wire, if you, for example, are making a dual coil, let's say you're making a dual coil 7, that's my normal one, 3.5 millimeter 7 wrap 24 gauge flat wire. It should come out to like 0.26 on flat wire. On round wire, it will come out to like 0.28. It's a slight, but ever so slight difference on the flat wire compared to the round wire. Ever so slight. Now it makes total sense. Nico asked the question, is there any way to get rid of that buzzing sound on the V-God? What I found on my V-God, that the only time I get a buzzing on them is if I'm using LG batteries or Samsung batteries. If I'm using VTC batteries, I don't get a buzzing sound. So yeah, I don't know if it's the batteries or it's my brain telling me that. That's what I get. My V-God has been buzzing from day one. It's never caused me a day's hassle. Yeah, 100% fine. If it makes the noise, it's just a little bit irritating. No, it's not low batteries. Even on fully charged batteries, I find with LGs and with Samsungs, it makes that bloody noise. And it's actually, it makes that noise even more the higher the wattage. I find if you're under 60 watts, it doesn't often make the noise. If you're over 60 watts, it makes the noise. A Kodoma, Belinda. Kodoma, either the original Kodoma from Osmodus or the Dominican V2 Kodoma. That's as sexy as, yeah, that's really, really, really pretty. They weren't so expensive. I put one in my own back pocket, but they're just too expensive. Yeah, it's a marginal difference. That Kaiser, an absolutely marginal resistance change. Yeah, just let me find a photograph of it so I can just show you how sexy these things are. Just hold on. Where are they now? Where are they? Just gonna go back here until I find it. Where are you now? Where are you now? Come on. When you're looking for something, you can't find it. Why can't I find it? No, it's not good. It's not good. is also the lot. If you're looking for a single battery for a woman, okay, is the Epitete, which is also very, very nice. Okay, I'll send a link to it here now. That's also nice, very nice for a woman. I'll put a link here. That's also now very nice for a woman. I can't seem to find it. Kodama. Let's see if I can do that. I think I found it. Let's just check. Oh, yeah, what? Just go and look at that and then tell me that's not sexy. There's the link to the Kodama. That is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of machinery, that. And there's obviously those all one of a kinds, you know what I mean? So you can yeah, look around and find the best one for you. There's a couple of them. I think we bought in like 20 or so, but there's still a couple left. But those are absolutely divine. Okay, guys, I'm going to call it a quits now for the evening. Thank you very much for watching. Those prize winners, well done. Just once again, thank you very much to Vape Clouds for donating some of the prizes tonight. It just shows the spirit of vaping in South Africa. So thank you very much. Vape Clouds will get the prizes out to the prize winner tonight. And then those who won the survey prizes can come get them from me. Kaiser, you must build bigger coils. You more than likely don't have enough wicking going through your coils, or you're taking too long a hits. So you're wanting a coil that ramps up really quickly and then dies off very quickly. The burning of a center of a coil is either you've got too small a coil and too little cotton going through it, or you're taking too long a drags. Pleasure, Justin. Yeah, it also could be the brand of cotton that you're using. You know, you want something that's gonna actually put up with a lot of heat. You know, we use cotton bacon, we sell cotton bacon, so but it is the better wicking. You know, a lot of people have tried different other cotton, and they come back to cotton bacon. So yeah, cotton bacon is probably the best. Everything else is but an imitation. So yeah, try that. Okay, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. It has been a pleasure to be with you again. I will get back to you on the things that I need to get back to you on. I will test them out tomorrow. I'm going to have fun playing with this, trying to get this thing to work properly, because it's got great potential. I just got to find the right method to do it in. And I will see you again next week. Remember the launch this weekend in the shop of Panama and Haywise 20 gauge. Yeah. Thanks very much for watching. Keep vaping. Don't forget to go and like that Facebook page and go post the video, guys. You might, please. It's imperative that you do that. I don't often ask people to do things. It's not about advertising. It's not about Vape. It's about the community. All the admins there are existing vape shop owners or juice manufacturers. So there's it's a community thing. So please share the word of that Facebook page. Put your testimonials up there, guys, please. Cool beans, guys. Good night. Sweet dreams. Have a vape-tastic evening. Cheers.